Good afternoon, gentlemen. Let me personally welcome you to the first of what could possibly become a series of conversations. Today we'll be talking about school, life, education, and success. And you two, out of many, have been noted to be our first guest of the night. So, of course, you guys know me, but for those who don't know me, my name is J.J Cymonisse. Take a second and introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Leveille. Leveille.
My name is Benjamin St-Ulme. Benjamin St-Ulme. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I always gotta represent my guys, TBD, one of the many talented groups that we have going at EBC.
EBC.
They're putting out some good music.
Amen.
Some bangers in the name of the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Check them out on SoundCloud. TBD, to be destined. Check them out.
Alright guys, so look, we're going to jump right into these questions. So first question, we're going to start it off pretty simple. What's your alma mater? What school do you rep? It could be your high school. What school really kind of molded you in the person you become today?
You talking about high school, college?
High school, college, but if you want to go elementary.
Elementary school. Oh, we're going to elementary school. French immersion, Maryville.
Alright.
French immersion, Maryville. Easter Middle School. Then I went to Blair for a little bit, and then I graduated from Kennedy High School.
Oh,
yeah,
that explains everything.
Yeah,
okay.
So KDY, Kennedy
We're gonna leave that behind us.
Class of 04, we raised banners up. So I got my bachelor's from Washington Bible College, right here in Greenbelt, Maryland. But I started off at University of Maryland
Studying
electrical engineering.
Oh, pause. Why did you switch from electrical engineering to Bible school?
Because I did not see myself doing electrical engineering the rest of my life. However, I should have probably stuck with it in hindsight. But my journey took a bit of a turn, and long story short, I ended up in Washington Bible College. Because my passion was always to be able to give back to the kingdom with youth ministry and stuff.
Andy?
Well, elementary school was in Haiti.
Amen. Glad you're...
Collège de Normandie, if y'all need to know the name. Middle school was William Wirt. And
William Wirt. Yeah.
Yeah, and then high school was High Point, Eagles. College, freshman year I went to North Carolina, Torchon University. And then after my freshman year I moved to Pennsylvania for York College in Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
Not graduated yet, still in the process.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, you kind of answered it, but why did you choose the Bible school?
Well, it was more so it chose me more than I chose it.
Okay, get on in the shana now.
Nah, it's just at that time I had taken many different courses from University of Maryland, and I spent some time at MC. I don't want to bore you guys with my life story, but you know, I took some time in my college years to get things right, and at a certain age, you know, I started realizing like, man, I should have graduated by now. And Washington Bible College offered some adult accelerative courses where you can take night classes for like 4 or 5 hours at a time and knock out certain classes like every 6 weeks nonstop for 2 years. And so I saw that as a way to fast track a lot of the time that I wasted in my first years in college. And so being an adult, having a job, trying to get that situated, and being able to go to school, it seemed like the best fit to be able to do both. So that's why I chose Washington Bible College, because they had a good Christian education, but you can get a degree in a couple different areas while still being able to work your day job or whatever you have to do. So it was just perfect timing at that point in my life.
Nice.
Well, I chose my school because North Carolina, I chose it because it was a Christian church school, and when I got there, it was far from what a Christian school is supposed to be.
Yep.
So
that does seem about right.
Yeah. So I transferred to another school because I was a biology major in the beginning, and all that changed afterwards.
Look at that, man. You guys already answered my next question. So you were a biology major. Are you still a biology major?
After my freshman year and sophomore year, I switched from biology to psychology and French. Psychology as a major and French as a minor.
Okay.
And education as a minor, so two minors.
So Why?
I wanted to teach. I like teaching. So
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now. Okay.
yeah, and then I like psychology also. I like talking to people. I think I'm quite friendly.
People like talking to you?
Yeah, everybody loves talking to me. I'm like the most easiest person to talk to.
So in essence, you're not shy. All right. Were you the first in your family to go to college?
Yeah, I was the first. My family, nobody did anything, so I had to hold it down for them. It's like, nah.
I was about to say. I was like, wait, we got to cut this.
Like, what? No.
Because I know Pastor Simpson went to school.
Yeah,
He's
my
a doctor.
He's a doctor.
Like,
see, I
let's not get the credit,
he's
bro.
an overachiever.
Exactly.
He's making me look bad. So yeah, he did his thing.
Now you need 2 PhDs.
Doctor of sentiment, whatever. Anyways, but my sister and doctor, yeah. Anyways, and my brother, yeah. And then my brother, masters in psychology and teaching in Boston. So,
oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, they didn't really do much. But when I went to college, it was a big deal.
Huge.
Right. I had to kind of uplift the family.
Yeah, were you the first to go to your?
No, my family is a big family. So
Right.
I was number 10 to go to college. So
Did your parents go?
no, my parents actually did not go, but they encouraged all of us to go. So
You're still you're still first generational college grad or college student.
yes,
Okay.
basically, yeah.
Cool. So how did that impact your journey, if any?
Well, I think it made it harder since your parents are not knowledgeable about it. They can't really tell you much about it. And I think that's something big in the Haitian community since the parents don't really know about college.
Right.
They don't know how to get the kids prepared for it.
Uh-huh.
And it's up to us, the younger people that have experienced it, to actually try to educate them. So it was actually very hard for me. I had to find out most of the things by myself.
Like what?
Like scholarship, how to apply for scholarships, when to send your applications in. And most schools don't really remind you that much, so you basically have to either sink or swim. So I learned to swim.
First generation stuff, man. Right?
Yeah.
First generation problem.
I think that's one of the things that's not really popular in the Haitian community. Leap years, like gap years. You take 1 year to kind of just woosah after high school.
1 year for what?
I wouldn't
See
say,
what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say a whole year though, but
1 year for what?
to actually No, I'm not saying don't do anything with your life. It's like as a teen, I was 17 when I graduated from high school.
Wow.
I did not know much about college, and then I thought I wanted to be a biology major, and I was like, oh my god, I love biology. Went to school, and then my first biology class, I was like, dang, this is not the same thing in high school. And then and then I got to calculus, and I'm like, wait, so now they're putting letters and numbers together? That's not from God, that's from the devil. So it was so much happening at once, and then
Fibonacci sequence.
exactly. And I'm like, if I had taken a year back to just, not even a whole year, to just start figuring out life, because where I am now and what I started with are two different things.
Right.
Very different.
Right.
So I think it would have helped, but everything happens for a reason, though.
Okay.
I can agree with that. I think at the end of the day, it's not so much taking a year off. I think you going through that experience was your learning experience.
That is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not failure if you try. You're just learning from your experiences.
Yeah.
I wouldn't advise to take a year because with college, there's certain core classes that you need regardless of any major.
That is true, yeah.
While you're trying to figure things out, at least take English, your basic math, or
science.
Get some core classes out the way so that way it's not a total waste of time.
What do you say to those people who have to maintain such a high caliber education but still trying to figure it out? So how do you mitigate that?
I think you just have to embrace the idea of being excellent at whatever God has put in front of you.
That's kind of funny. So you have to embrace the idea of being excellent.
Yes, you absolutely
expand on that.
Because you can be sitting in your college class, even your high school class, and you can tell yourself, I will never use this knowledge in the real world. Why am I learning X plus Y, times 12 raised to the whatever?
15
all these, yeah. And at the end of the day, like, is that really gonna be something that I'm using on my day-to-day job down the road And that's a trap, because now you give yourself an excuse not to learn the material, not to challenge your mind,
Right.
to think. And
Right.
so while you're navigating the what do I want to do in my career, but yet I still have to maintain GPA, do it for the Lord. Embrace being excellent.
Amen.
Get a 3.5 because you can, and show the Lord that you're not being lazy. And sometimes college and education is not necessarily, it's just training your mind to process information, to think, and to not be lazy. And
Think critically.
To think critically.
Yeah.
So it's not always about the information,
Mhm.
but it's you disciplining yourself to learn how to process things and to think critically, to approach things from an academic standpoint, and to challenge your mind. And so even if you're not in the most interesting class, or even if you haven't figured out your major and this class may or may not apply,
Right.
just get an A, just to be excellent,
Right.
and show God that you're being faithful with what the opportunity that He's given you. And I'll say this: most people will stumble upon what they're supposed to do by being excellent in the things that are in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times you're being excellent, and it may not necessarily be what God has called you to be or what you're going to eventually be, but just the fact that you're applying yourself and being excellent upon it, sometimes you can stumble upon what you're actually supposed to do. But if you're being lazy with this thing and you're still waiting for God to reveal the next thing, you can be spending a lot of time, wasting your time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Steve.
What was I saying?
It's-
Education.
yeah,
So
education.
I'm not gonna say not they don't need to go to college, but some people don't need the whole 4 years or whatnot. As long as you can achieve a paper, because we're living in a world where paper is more important than what you think you know in your head.
Amen.
Because if you don't have any certificate that says I got this, but I'm not gonna say everybody needs to go to a 4-year college to do this and that, be a doctor or be a lawyer, but can just be a whatever they call them, or do something else as long as you have a paper with it.
School is for everybody, in the sense that everybody should educate themselves,
Right.
one way or another.
Right. There's so many different.
Yeah, there's so many that you could. I think what
Community
Andy
college.
was saying is learn a skill. There's a lot of trade schools
school,
out there,
vocational school.
where you can take 18 months, 2 years, 3 years, and learn a specific trade and skill, get certified, and you go out there and
Making money.
you're making a career.
Yeah.
You can be a certified plumber,
HVAC.
electrician.
Did you know that community college is going to be free starting in spring of
I
2019?
did not know that.
I did not know that till now. Seriously?
Yeah, they signed a bill. Community colleges are going to be free tuition starting 2019, spring of 2019, so May.
Is there
Is
an age
it
limit?
nationwide?
I think it's Maryland.
Oh.
I don't know if it's nationwide, but I know for sure Maryland. And there's parameters for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
so
interesting.
with that, knowing that, what do you say to the student now? Is there an excuse for not going to college? College is free, technically.
They still have something to fall in between, but you should still go for something. At least just go, even if you just get the basic, like English, math, and then if you come up with something like what you want to do afterwards, you can. After 2 years, you should be able to decide on something. Just go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Our generation has no excuses. A lot of times I hear our parents or say, "Man, if they had the opportunities that we had, they would be the president of the United States."
The next president after Trump.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little exaggerated, but there's something to be said for taking advantage of all the resources that are available. So, hey, if community college is free, that's another practical advice. Sometimes instead of going straight to a 4-year university, go to a community college, which is cheaper. You'll have a
Way
less
cheaper.
bill. You can still take the same classes, and once you figure out what you want to do, you can transfer to another university, or get an associate degree if you know something specific that you want to learn. But there are really no excuses. So if you're not educating yourself, you're doing something wrong.